Good evening, SBC. Good evening, SBCC. Good evening, BSL, and good evening to all points out and in between. Welcome to the November 2nd, 2021 edition of SBC Tuesday Talk. And I am your host, and what am I this week? Head cook, Mr. Michael Walker. Glad to have you join us on this lovely fall Tuesday evening. We got a great show, y'all. We have a fantastic show. And it's been a show been in the making for who know how many years though. But first, let's speak to the audience though. Glad to have all y'all here. Charlene, hey Charlene, Sister Madison, good. Jelly from Nashville. Yes, Lady Ty Smith, glad to have you here. Jenna Morgan, Maria Johnson, glad to have Tawanda, glad to have you here. Yes, good evening all. Teresa, bringing some ice cream at the after party. Okay, Kimberly Bless, glad to have you here. Sister Jewel, good to see you. Hey, Sister Leslie. Hey, Lisa in my lane, good. And we got a big crowd. Lee Jules, glad to have you. Lavina Home, think this is your first time here. I think. Theodore, glad to see you again. Brother Michael McKeever, good. Always glad to see you. Venus, we haven't seen you in a while. Glad to have you. Sonia, yes. Oh yeah, they already speaking to my guest already. Ain't that something? They can't wait to see y'all. I'm gonna bring them out though. They can't wait to see you. You know, I can't wait either. But we got a bunch of folks in here. Look at here. This look. And Tiffany Murphy says it been waiting on this show to see from the Sunday school room to the altar. Oh boy. And we got Kirsten. Hey Kirsten. You should have been singing for us though. Oh yeah, y'all just crack it up though. Okay, folks. Let's get to this show. Okay. Yeah. I am excited too. I'm very excited. Oh, I mean, they just coming in too. Okay, folks. Back in I think it was late February of this year, I was approached, and I know it was Tamara Miles. She came to me with the idea, the concept of a 7-day challenge. What really was called the 7-day connection challenge. But somehow over time it got shortened down to 7-day challenge. The premise of the challenge was or is that a man talks to a woman or a woman talks to a man for 7 days and 30 minutes each day. So 30 minutes each day for 7 days. Now, some things may work out great. Some may not. You may end up with a good friend. Some people may date. You know, everybody participated. Hey, I participated, had a good time. But we had one couple, and I don't know, they forgot how to count to 7, that they went beyond, they couldn't stop at 7. And instead of 7 days, I think it went 4 or 5 months or something like that. I mean, it went half a year. So I mean, they just went to counting, you know. And as of this day, as of last year, I think not last year, last month. And let me find out what I'm doing right here. This is what the end result was. Right here. Y'all, they messed around, did that 7-day challenge. And you see what's on this screen right here. You see this now. You know what they say, I's married now. Yeah, they's married now. They came here to work though. So folks, it is my honor and my duty to present to you Mr. and Mrs. Travis and Gennette Evans. Here we go. How y'all doing?
We're
Doing
good,
great.
good.
Doing good. So glad to have y'all here. You know what? Like Ricky Ricardo used to say to Lucy, you got a lot of splaining to do. I mean, really, you got a whole lot. Let me see what everybody's saying though. And I mean, they are happy. Look at this. That's beautiful. Yes. And look at this. They went from the kitchen to the sanctuary. Boy, boy, boy. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. Come on, married. Yes. Look at that. Congratulations. Yes. Look at here. I mean, everybody's happy. I'm happy. We are all happy. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe and share. Okay. And also, if you're watching it on Facebook, you see the stars down there. So most y'all know what those stars do, though. Hey, send us a few stars, though. That will help a whole lot, though. So without further ado, let's get with this. How y'all doing today?
Doing great.
Doing great. So let me give y'all a little background, okay? The 7-day connection was to start on a Monday. I think it was to start on a Sunday or Monday, and it was going to end that following Sunday, you know. But I think 2 days earlier, we had an after party on Saturday, you know, when we were still calling it the Saturday after party. And Travis was there, you know, he was there. And Gennette was there. And Gennette, let me ask you this question though. When you was at that after party, how long had you been a member of SBCC?
I had only been a member about a week because that was my first after party. Because you all was giving me joking with me because I was there, and I had commented on a post earlier in the week. I saw about the after party. I'm like, oh, that's interesting, and everybody made sure they sent me the information so I could join in. So I did, but I had only been in the group for about a week.
For a week. Now listen, y'all. Listen to what this young lady said. She been in SBCC, Single Black Christian Connection, for 1 week, and she attended her first after party. Okay, now. So let's put a pin right there. Brother Travis.
Yes.
Okay. Well, now, how many after parties had you been to prior?
That was my first one.
Wait a minute, what was that?
That was my first one.
So this was Travis's first after party. So this was Travis's first after party, and this was Gennette's first after party. Okay, now ain't this interesting? Now, I'm trying to see. Now, y'all are gonna really have to help me out now. Okay. I know we tried to get you to. How did we get y'all together? In other words, how did it get to that point, though?
You did, Mike.
I want to say, not. I typed game in the in the chat, and you said I got and you said I got the person for you, and that was Gennette. And you put us in a breakout room by ourselves that night.
Yeah. And before you said my name, I knew you were gonna call me because you all had, were welcoming me to the after party and were kind of, joking with me. But I just felt like he is going to call me and put us together. And I told Travis, I said, I'm game. I got my half of the conversation. I hope you have yours.
Okay.
And that's what you said.
I mean, in Zola, it is amazing. Oh, you ain't heard nothing yet, but it's amazing though. It is amazing. So, y'all, we get, as some of y'all know, the after party is a Zoom party. We have it in Zoom. Okay. And what happens is we tried to get people together. I set up the breakout room. And of course, Travis and Gennette went in there and talked, and while y'all was talking, we outside acted silly. Like, I wonder what they talking about. Just wonder what's going on in there. Now, how long were y'all in there? I forgot.
We think we was in there about an hour.
About an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all hear this, y'all. They were in the breakout room for 1 hour. 1 hour, 60 minutes, 360 seconds. I think if my math is correct. Yes. Okay. They were in there. So, how did the conversation start off? Help us out. How did that conversation start? Who started first? Who started talking first?
I don't really remember.
I don't remember.
But the first conversations are kind of easy because you're asking your normal questions, kind of what you're looking for. But I do know Travis, he did do a lot of talking from the beginning because he was very upfront and transparent about what was going on with him and that kind of thing. And he had said that I seemed like, somebody he could talk to, and we did. Because remember, I told you, I don't know how we got to it, but he ended up singing for me. Yeah. So, we were just cutting up, after you get through the, normal, what are you looking for? And how old are you and all those kinds of things.
Wow. Yeah, okay now. Travis.
Yes.
She must have made a big old impression on you. We see that now. Look where we at now though, but at the time though, what made you sing to her?
I said I could sing. She said I said I could sing. So yes. So I just sung.
Okay. Now what did you sing to her?
I sung I think I love
song.
You, Lord.
Yes, I think that's what it was. Yeah.
I love you, Lord.
Oh wow. And she was impressed. And what were y'all thinking though during the conversation? What were y'all thinking? At what point did you think or at least realize that, it might be something to this person over here? It's something about this person.
Mm-hmm.
What was it?
Well, we were talking, but we neither one of us thought at the time that okay, maybe this would lead to marriage. But we did enjoy talking to each other. We had talked a little bit about our backgrounds. He was easy to talk to, very transparent, and so there was enough there to say, I would like to, do the challenge and get to know you more. So.
Okay. And what about you, Travis?
And I can say this: I'm one to look at. I'm one to look for actions and how to and to observe them.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw her caring hard, and I saw her beautiful personality.
Mm-hmm.
And that got me.
Oh wow! Oh wow! 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 Now let me get back on this screen though, because I'm going to be messing now. Okay, folks. Now you heard that. You heard what went down. You heard what went down in the breakout room. Okay. Fast forward to when they return to the main Zoom room or what have you. And I don't know what happened. They may not be telling us everything though, but he came back. He was talking, and then Gennette was just sitting up there, just grinning. I mean, this is like she was just a grinning, and we were all just, we were messing with them, we were thinking they, oh wow, they'll talk to each other, and little did we know though. I mean, I'm serious. Little did we know. So fast forward to the 7-day challenge. Okay. Was it limited to 1 hour? I mean, was it limited to 30 minutes?
No.
We always talk well over an hour, sometimes 2 hours,
I know. Yes, Lee. I know the feeling. That's all I'm gonna say. Yes, and I remember them smiling. Yes, they were cheesing like it was a Colgate commercial or something like that. I mean, they were just like, what happened up in there? And then they made it. Yes, Lord, they did. Beautiful couple. Yes, Marie. Yes, they won the lottery. Look, amen to that. They sure did. So it was supposed to be the 7-day connection challenge. I'm gonna say this again. It was supposed to be 7-day connection challenge. So how in the world did it go beyond 7 days?
We just, enjoyed talking to each other. Of course, in those 7 days, being very intentional, asking, what are you looking for? And we both were looking for marriage. Not that we thought each other was going to be who we married, but that's ultimately what we both were looking for. And so that was March the 3rd when the Zoom happened. And then Travis had a birthday coming March the 19th. And so, we started talking about meeting in person because, of course, you can connect to people online, even video chat. And then once you meet in person, it's not what you expect. So, we started talking about meeting in person, just to see. And we both had, dated or met people that lived in a different city before. So we both had, had some experience with traveling to meet somebody, kind of thing. So that's what we did. We planned to meet, still not thinking that, there's going to be a little connection. Just, this could be a friend, but open to it being more,
Okay, now Tiffany Murphy asks, and we know this, but what was the distance between y'all? What was the distance, the physical, geographical distance?
I was in Georgia, and she was North Carolina.
So it was a whole state in between y'all.
Right.
Georgia, South Carolina, and North Carolina. Okay. So at what point did you feel, I guess, confident or ready to meet each other in person?
We met each other the
weekend after my birthday.
Right. So we had met by the end of March. And like I said, part of that is before, I think one thing is, like you said at the beginning, you got to take action. Because I have been in situations, I think most people who have done any kind of online meeting people is you go through the, just talking online or texting, and that's all it is. And if you don't make plans for it to be more, then it will never be more.
I know that's right.
I would say one reason why I was ready to meet him was because he was, consistent. I think you gave me his information for us to do the plans. And so I had friended him on Facebook. And I think the first 2 times I said, the time we were gonna talk, and but then I jokingly said, well, joking, but I was serious. I was like, well, I'm not gonna be, planning, the talks all the time. And from there, from there he took it. He would send me a text or a message to say, may I have the pleasure of speaking with you at such a this time. So it's almost like being asked on a date every day.
Wow.
But the other thing was, I think about after our maybe second or third conversation, he asked if we could pray at the end once we talked, and we took turns. So every night, one night he would pray, and the next night I would pray. And so that was another thing which was very different for me. And was very powerful. But just talking to somebody face to face and laughing and joking and get to know each other. I definitely wanted to see if the in person would be the same. And I mean, still thinking, it may just be a friendship because we had previous failed, relationships. But I will say, and I don't want to take all the talk from Travis, but but I will that, sometimes we before we had got to the point, or before I even rejoined the group, it was a lot of healing or things that had happened to kind of prepare me to be ready. Even when I joined the group, I didn't really think that I would meet somebody, but I was open to meeting people in general, not just a potential mate, but just meeting people. But prior to that, I will say October of 2020, situationship had ended, so I was healing from that. And my dad passed away November 16th. So I had that going on, but all of those things, I'm a very introverted person. And it gives you time, and especially when you have a death like that, it makes you kind of reevaluate things in your life and things that are going on. But I had went through that and I had healed, but I was like, it makes you think about, life is short. And I had determined that I want love in my life, whatever it looks like, be it marriage, good friends, or just meeting people, or men who were just friends, not anything sexual. But I mean, I wanted to have love in my life in some way. And so when I joined the group, that's kind of where I was at. So I was open, to meeting people and doing things. Because prior to this, my personality, people see me now, I was a totally different person 5-10 years ago. So a lot had changed by the time I got to the group. So I will say that.
I understand that. Go ahead, brother.
And for me, I've been engaged 3 times. It didn't work out. So I had shut myself down for a year. For the last engagement, it hurt me. It hurt so bad.
Yeah,
I had shut myself down because I had put so much into it. And then she said she didn't want me. And and that made me feel like I was. That made me feel like I was like Dumbo the clown, like Dumbo. And this time I was open to relationship. I realized that my past hurts, bad relationships, they all prepared me for this time. I learned something from them. I learned what I want. I learned what I didn't need. It's all in how we look at things. Do we see them as stone blocks or as stepping stones?
Wow. Wait a minute. Now we have a situation in the group.
Okay.
And they're saying, there's an onion. They smelling onions in the group. So you know. Yeah, okay, yeah, okay. Oh, Charlie, yeah, yeah, Jerry. Something about Missy Cut. Yeah, I know. I understand though. Yeah, they can be real debilitating. I know that. Love the interesting love story. Okay. So, how was the first date? How was that first date?
Funny thing. Okay, so I went to Atlanta. Like I said, his birthday was the 19th.
Yes.
And so, but I couldn't get there that weekend. I went the following weekend. And I always pick with him because when I first met him in person, and I guess in full transparency, not recommending this for everybody. This is just what we did.
Mm-hmm.
When we just so we could spend time, when we did meet together, we stayed in the same hotel room, but we had separate beds.
Mm-hmm.
Not sleep together before marriage. People can believe it or not, but that's our story. But
I believe you. You got to save you some money. Yeah, save some money. Right. Go ahead.
It gave us time to spend time together, and later on we'll talk about it. Actually, was very good for us, preparing us to know if we would be a match for marriage. But the funny thing is, when I first met him, he was just so quiet, and I was like. And he wasn't saying anything. And I was like, in my head, I'm like, I done drove down here to Atlanta. And this is going to be one dry weekend. But you know what? I messed it up because I said, you know what? No, I'm going to have a good time regardless. Because like I said, the intention was not that this is going to be my husband. It was, just to get to know each other. But by the end of the evening, he had loosened up some. Now, his story, what did you say why you were so quiet?
I was on a thermal situation.
He said he was praying.
I was praying in a thermal situation.
Oh, wow.
I want to say I was praying for us to have a safe weekend at the hotel.
Yeah.
I want to say, and I was listening to her.
Yeah.
I was listening to her because I'm a person who observes first and then reacts.
Yeah, but after always having these great conversations, and then to meet a person and like you just quiet, I'm like,
yeah, that will make you look sideways, Like, are you gonna say something?
But he had loosened up before the end of the evening. He had loosened up. So
okay, so what activities did y'all do on that first date?
We didn't do a whole lot because you got to remember we were still in the midst of the pandemic. We had talked prior to I had gotten Connect 4, and we had been talking junk about who was going to beat who.
And I won most games. I won most games. She won 2. Now I won about 5.
So, like the first time, it was just I think I went down on a Friday, and so it was like a Friday and Saturday, and I came back on Sunday. So, not a lot of time there. So, mainly activity was play games, and we went out to eat and that kind of thing. And then the great thing about being in the pandemic was I actually took my iPad. And we actually got to do service together because, I watched my service online, and then just watching him, enjoy the service and praising God and getting to it, that was also like a good thing. Because I left on a Monday. Yeah, because we did have Sunday service together, and that was nice, to be able to, I'm like, only in this time can you be in a different city and go to church together. So that was nice.
Wow. So y'all got to see how each other acted during Sunday worship.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's good. So you go back home. To North Carolina. And
Wait a
then
minute, before I went back home, he had already made plans to come to North Carolina in April because that's my birthday. So he had booked
my Greyhound.
his Greyhound ticket before that weekend was over to come to North Carolina in April.
Oh wow. Boy, y'all, Travis, you came to work, didn't you? Ooh. Okay, well, okay. Let's fast forward to your birthday, Gennette. So tell me, how did that go? Tell me, how did that go? Well, no, what? I'm gonna ask Travis. What did you have planned for her? How did you celebrate?
Well, it was my goal to treat her like the queen that she is. It was my goal.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
and and I sung to her again. This time I sung once, twice, 3 times later to her.
Oh, you sung once,
twice, 3 times later to her.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Wow. Okay, and then what else happened? Tell me. I mean, you don't have to tell us everything. Now you know this SBC, but I mean, this what happened? I mean, what did y'all eat? Did y'all barbecue? I mean, what happened?
No. We stayed in a hotel, so we had gotten snacks. And I'm just a very, I'm not no high maintenance person. I told him I love a good hot dog. And so for my birthday meal, we were gonna find a good hot dog. At first we had thought about going to Greensboro, but we ended up, because it was raining. I think it was raining that weekend. We ended up going to Cookout here. I think y'all have cookouts in Georgia.
Yes.
But we ended up going to Cookout. And again, playing our games, talking, just joking, fooling around, and nothing special.
Yeah, I get you.
Neither one of us are rich, so you don't have to be rich. You just have to be intentional. You know what I'm saying? So
understand. So, Sonia Charles asks, do you have a brother, Travis?
She I have a brother. She knows that. She knows her brother. I have a brother. That's one of my friends right there. She's trying to cause some mess.
Yes. And it's the simple things in life. And you know what? I like that. The simple things in life. So we went from Travis' birthday to Gennette's birthday. So we still talking about May, June. Okay.
April.
April. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's what I was saying. I was going from that though. So y'all about what, good 2 months in this love adventure, this love journey. So, and I'm gonna be nosy. I'm gonna be real nosy.
Go ahead, Mike.
Go ahead.
Who said those 3 little words first? Okay.
He said that in April at my birthday after he sang to me. He told me he loved me. But I reciprocated. So.
Okay then. Okay. So at what point did you realize that you loved her?
Like I said, when I saw her heart.
Oh wow.
When I saw her heart.
Wow.
When I saw that she accepted me for me, who I was.
And I guess to give context, we'll back up to, we always stayed in the same hotel room. Well, we each have, I have sleep apnea. So he got to see that I have sleep apnea. And would you like to tell him what happens with you?
I wear braces on my foot. When I don't wear it, I crawl on the floor like a baby. And I have one calf muscle that's bigger than the other one. And I do walk with, and I do walk with limp too. So so I was honest with her about that.
Yeah. And I mean, it didn't bother me. Like I said, I would joke with him, you know. I told him he looked like Simba when he cried. And it was just interesting to see how he gets around, because I'm like, did you just flip off of that bed? You know, because we're in facing bed. So it was like, you know, being, you know, your good friend, because we're friends because we spent all this time talking, getting to know each other. So it's like, you know, having a sleepover with your friend. And wow. Yeah, he'd be doing those crazy, and he would not realize he does that. But I'm like, did you just flip off of that bed? You know, so those kinds of things. And so I think, you know, once you you know, meet someone, especially when you have, you know, certain things going on, you know, that's not everybody's cup of tea. And I know that going in, you know, because I'm a large lady, which I think was commented on. I mean, he's not blind. I mean, well, I tell him he is, but he's not that blind that he couldn't see me. So, you know, I know that I'm not everybody's cup of tea. And then he knows he has his, you know, things that are different. But the thing I loved about him is his heart. He has a good heart. He was consistent. And I had, you know, prior to this, and I had forgotten about it. You know, I had written a list of what I was looking for this time. And, you know, I had to go back and revise it because, like I said, I had been in a situationship, and, you know, I had to go back and kind of really think about what was important to me, what I would be looking for, you know, next time around. And I had heard a sermon too, talking about the purpose of marriage. And a lot of times, you know, a lot of things that we're looking for in a mate is really not necessarily what God's design or plan was for marriage. And so, you know, I had to pray, and I'm like, Lord, you know, help me not to miss the person you have for me because they don't come in the package that I think they should come in. And so, like I said, by the time I had got here, I was open, you know, even if it had just been friendship, because we had talked about it too. When you put us together, I was a little concerned. I was joking with him because I could tell he had a speech impediment. But, you know, we were still able to communicate. And like I said, the main thing that I saw Travis' heart. And in between that too, with a long distance, I met people he knew, and it kind of confirmed what I already had saw. Because, you know, I didn't always trust my judgment because in the past, you know, it was like, Lord, I obviously don't know what to look for. But, you know, the things I was seeing in him was confirmed in people that knew him. And like I said, he was consistent. And, you know, also we saw confirmation in maybe sermons and different things that, okay, you know, this may be, you know,
okay. So let's get to the meat and potatoes now. I think everybody waiting for this. Let me put my handsome face up here. Everybody waiting for this part right here. Travis.
Yes.
Travis.
Yes.
I got one more in me. Travis.
Yes.
At what point you realize that Gennette was your good thing? At what point did you realize that it was time for you to get it like you like it? Get it when the getting is good. At what point did you just say, you know what? I ain't, and pardon my vernacular, y'all, I ain't finna lose her. At what point did you do that?
It was after that May meeting.
Okay.
Because after that May meeting, I had got a cabin for my sister to meet her, okay? Because my sister crazy. She is crazy about her brothers.
Okay.
So I said, Gennette, I gotta meet my sister, so cause you gotta meet my sister, cause my sister, she could so I got the cabin. So
that was in June.
That was in June.
Okay.
So in May, I got my confirmation.
May, I went to Atlanta, but we had actually decided to marry by then in May because, yeah. And it was no big thing because we had been talking about marriage, but he had been talking about moving to North Carolina and that kind of thing. But I think he had been talking with people he knew, and in between, everybody he knew was giving him a hard time and talking about how he was glowing. And whenever they would come to his apartment when we'd be talking, they were like, I don't know what you're doing to Travis. And he had also come to North Carolina with some friends who have a brother in a facility here. And so I met them there. And they're an older couple who've been married many years, but they're good friends of Travis. And even they said, what have you done to Travis? And so, I think he'd been talking to people. But anyway, he finally, said, I think, I want us to marry. And so I came to Atlanta in May to meet his mom in person. I had met her via video chat before then. But to meet her, and like he said, to meet his sister. And his sister was like, she let me know, don't be playing with my brother's heart. Intentions is not good, just leave him where he is, what I'm saying? I mean, I respected that, So, but yeah. And then he had already reserved a cabin for June because his sister's birthday is in June. So we were at the cabin with her and her boyfriend, and then we were there together. So we were engaged by that point, and signed up for premarital counseling. So
okay. Zola asked this question though, Travis, how did you propose?
I really don't remember.
It wasn't anything.
It was nothing special. Just y'all just sat there and agreed. You know what? You gonna be my wife, and I'm gonna be your husband. And I can believe that. I can sure believe that.
Because the important thing, is us working on the marriage.
Yes,
a lot of folks on the proposal and the wedding. A lot of people spend bukus money for a wedding, and they're divorced the next day or next week. A lot of people have these big proposals.
Yes,
but they don't last.
I know, spend all that money, could have bought a Cadillac with it or something like that. I understand that, but wow.
And you got to remember, he's 48, I'm 51. Not to say that people at our age don't do that, but everybody asked me the same thing. Did he get down on one knee? No, it wasn't like that. It was, basically a decision, a conversation that we're ready to. We believe that, God has brought us together, and we wanted to see where, and he had definitely said he wanted to do premarital counseling. And for my church, you have to do that. Like our premarital counseling was about 3 months. So.
Wow. And going back to the knee, at our age, we get on one knee.
But he can't do it because after we got married, he was doing something. He got on one knee, and I said, "Oh, you could have got down on one knee." But
wait, he was doing something. He got on one knee.
He was doing something, not anything during the proposal. But like he said, he crawls, so he gets down on his knees and stuff and up and down like that. I can't do it. But I was like, oh, so you could have got down on one knee, but I said maybe when we renew our vows, you can get down on one knee.
Okay, yeah, when I agree, she looks like a millennial. Yeah, I definitely. And Pastor Brumby says, and he found her at the after party and intentionally pursued her. Come on, somebody, you better preach that. And go. Yeah.
And let me say, okay.
Go ahead.
Let me say this: I was not gonna click on that link to come to the party, but somehow my finger just pressed that button. I was not gonna say on game, but somehow my finger just typed on game. I was not gonna do it. But somehow, some way.
That Saturday night.
But somehow, some way, I did it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, you said that I put y'all together. I didn't.
Well, I mean, you want
the Lord,
yeah.
The Lord did that, right?
Absolutely.
I might have been a resource, but
right.
He's the source. So, and it just happened. I'm glad to be an humble servant, involved with that. But wow, y'all got married. And how was? No way. I'm gonna just say this. Well, let me see. I'll ask that later. How was the wedding? How was that wedding?
It was wonderful.
It went a different way. It was simple. It was what we wanted, and of course, that was the thing too. Just trying, because everybody has their input. Everybody wants you to do this and that, and we wanted to keep it simple because at first we were going to go a different way, but it's like it was getting stressful, and always forefront was the relationship. We're like, we're more concerned about the relationship. We don't want to get in the wedding plan and arguing with each other and that kind of thing. So end up simplifying it, and so it turned out beautiful. The way it was God gave us a beautiful day. It was a small ceremony, but it was beautiful.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So, how does it feel? How has it been being married to each other?
It don't really feel like we're married because, like I said, we were friends. But other than the obvious elephant in the room that we're married. But it's been good. But he a man. He works your nerve. And I know I work his nerve intentionally. But it's been good. But I mean, it's kind of been like our whole process. We talked about even, when we were dating, it's like I've known him. Looking back, it just feels like this year has been extra long.
Yes.
Because it doesn't feel like we just met in March. It feels like we have known each other for so long.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, going through the premarital process, we have just done so much that, I have dated people and have not spent half the time that we've spent together, living in two different states. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So
okay. So who moved where?
I moved to North Carolina.
Okay. And who's to see? Did she tell you?
No. It was my decision. It was my decision.
Okay, that's good. That's
good. It was best.
Yeah.
Want to say because my benefit they transfer. Because
okay.
Yeah, come on.
Well, plus right now at this time it was not I was not able to move because I have an aunt who needs.
I get you.
Well, I'm not her primary caregiver, but I have to make sure she's okay. So
I get you. Understandable, and it's good that he was willing.
Right.
Yeah. The main thing I want to do what's best for us.
Yes.
Because we're a team.
Yeah.
We're
Say that again, preacher.
We are a team.
Y'all hear that?
And a team works together.
Yeah. And one of us have children, so we didn't have that to take in consideration. So. Okay.
Buy a cat. Buy a puppy or something like that. That'll do just fine.
No.
Okay.
We good.
Okay. Let's ask this question.
Okay.
And right here, are they registered somewhere where we can be a blessing to them?
Oh, that's sweet. No, we're not.
No, we're not.
We didn't register. People just like if people wanted to bless us, they blessed us. But I have been married before. This was his first one, but we're in a pandemic. Just didn't have any expectations. Not to mention, he moved here, and I was already living in a 1-bedroom apartment, so space is a premium. I work from home now, so we got a lot going on. So
And I asked this question then, and Shamika Yarbrough asked this question: do either one of y'all have a Cash App?
Yes,
we both have. Yes, both. We both do.
I do this, and I must really like y'all. What is it?
He'll give you his.
Let me see.
You say you must really like us, Mike. What that mean?
Anyway. Yeah, they willing to give it to you. So
my Cash App is $. TANT
TANT. Okay.
Travis.
1973.
1973.
That is T as in Tom, A as in Apple, N as in nice, T as in Tom, R as in Robert, A as in Apple, V as in victory, I as in igloo, S as in snake. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, 1973.
Yes.
Okay, but wait, you know what? And I'm about to put this up here right now. Don't y'all just love technology?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
And yes, he's 3 years younger than
there you go.
He always reminds me.
Oh yeah. Now there you go, folks. If y'all want to be a blessing to this beautiful couple, go right ahead. Go right ahead. And it'll be up there. And whoever wrote it down there, thank you. Angela Harris Lipscomb. I knew her Angela Harris. I don't know. You might be the same one. I don't know. But yeah, she had it right there as well. So definitely be a blessing to this wonderful couple. And let me see. Any advice?
I have some advice.
Yeah, to SBC, SBCC, BSL, and anyone else that may be watching this.
I would just say do what God says do in lifetime, because I had stopped preaching for 5 years because of bad experience. And God said start ministry where I lived at. I started that.
Yes.
And when I say, and by me doing that, God bless me. Well, all I can say, just follow God's, just follow God's will for your life.
Yes.
And I would say, everything it starts with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Making sure you're okay. And all of us, after you've gotten a certain age, we've all had painful relationships. Some people may have past traumas. If you need to go to counseling, get counseling.
Amen to that.
Heal, but don't allow the past to keep you in bondage. Because like I said, after I lost my dad, and we've lost so many people during the pandemic. Life is short. And we're getting older, and you don't want to look back and say, I wish I did this and I wish I did that.
Yes.
Even when I look at those past heartbreaks, they didn't kill me. I learned from them. And then I also had to, take responsibility for the part I played in them. Because a lot of it was signs, but I chose to hang on. So, but all relationships, even bad ones, there were some good times.
Amen.
But don't let allow that to keep you bound from being open to meeting somebody, even if it's like you say, as a friend. We're all meant to love, and sometimes even if it's not a relationship as a spouse, having good friends, that you love, that's worth having. So,
Wow. Gennette. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. And I will also say my theme is don't give up. That's my thing.
Amen.
Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't. We should not give up anything because God is a gracious Father for us. God has stuff for us, but sometimes it's us that get in the way.
Hey, say that.
Sometimes it's right. Sometimes it's right. Sometimes it's right from our face, and we'll say, "God, that's not for me. I don't want it." But if God puts it there for you, He wants you to have it. But it's up to us to accept it. You know, it's just like it's like
okay, Reverend Travis. Let's land the plane. It's 10 o'clock.
Yes, Teresa, I agree with you 150%. I agree with you 150%. Go ahead, potentate. Go ahead. Go ahead, doctor. Well, Travis and Gennette, this has been probably beyond the shadow of a doubt the best Tuesday Talk and probably any live stream I ever hosted. You know, to God be the glory. Y'all did this. You know, thank you so much. And it'll be, I would have to be omnipotent. I'm the president, and what's the other omni? I can't even talk tonight, but top this one right here though. Woo! I mean, I sure enough. I gotta get these announcements, y'all. No, none of us ain't no good this night, but let me see how to do this. Okay, yeah. Coming up next, we have the after party, and we'll probably open the doors at maybe a quarter after the hour, and y'all can come and join us, and maybe this lovely couple will come and join us. So, you know, you're not unobligated, but if you want to come in, hey, teach us some more things, okay? Then this coming Saturday is Saturday Night Social. We have a fantabulous time at the Saturday Night Social. So come join us, and then it starts all over again for another exciting edition of Tuesday Talk, where we come and we talk about it. Wow. This was good. This was good. That's all I can say. This was good. You've inspired me. That's all I'm going to say. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
You know, and I'm hurrying up to get off of here because I got to go take my sinus medicines, right? You know, yeah, if you know what I mean. So thank you all so much. Thank you all, SBC, SBCC, and SBC BSL. So thank you all so much. And I hope y'all stick around, audience, for this outro I got for y'all. So thank y'all so much. We see you next time.
All right.
Bye y'all. Bye y'all.